League of Legends legendaring linggo, mga summoners, as we welcome you here back this time on Game 5 of the Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring. We're gonna be your shoutcasters. I am Shimbu with a 1, 4, and I, and of course with me is Atlas as we once again head back sa LCL. Grabe, ang dami nating nakitang fambos, may mga delay po tayo, nakailang playlist na tayo mula Korea, April Boy, hanggang Kamikaze. But again, we apologize for that, of course, for those difficulties. Hindi siya actually technical. There is, of course, nagkaroon tayo ng authorization problem, authentication problem. Ayan, sa G Plus natin. And of course, there are defaults here and there. Pero eto na. Guys, FEU, Information Technology versus UST, Tigers. FEU, Tamarors, ladies and gentlemen. And what's so interesting about this match is that napaka-classic ng matchup na to.
Very
UST
classic
versus
matchup.
FEU.
And geographically, magkatabi lang rin sila.
Oo.
And
U-Belt, Morahita, mga kaibigan. Ako.
And I think both of these teams actually are also very close, personally. I do hear that the support for UST Tigers Uomi is often the dual partner of Kidu from FEU. So you can see there's probably like trades of information, the sharing strats, etc. So I'm expecting a lot from these two teams. Lots of potential, and of course they are mainstays of Metro West. So I'm really interested to see what can be pulled off from both of these teams in this game, Game 5.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and sa mga viewers natin, lalo na sa mga umantabay na kay Soundtrip at nagstay po sa aming stream, do take note that kanina minention ko when we had the first canceled game on that, if I'm not mistaken, that's Game 3.
Yes.
Okay? Then yung Game 4 din natin, sabi nga natin, is yung search and win trivia question. Kung hindi yun matutuloy doon sa Game 3, mangyayari siya sa Game 4 para dalawa. Hindi rin natuloy yung Game 4. So that means this Game 5, guys, buksan nyo na yung ano nyo, yung maglagay na kayo ng extra tab.
Mag-new tab na.
Mag-new tab na kayo. Maglagay na rin kayo, do.gl yun, di ba?
Bit.ly yata yan.
Okay, so Bit.ly. Okay, tapos yung code na lang para naka-ready na kayo. Paunahan po yun. Paunahan makasagot ng tama.
I-ready nyo rin sa clipboard yung name, school.
Names, gano'n. Para
copy-paste na lang.
I-imagine nyo na yung question. Pero of course, that requires you guys to watch for the stream. Because guys, we have 3 trivia questions that will trivia questions na nakahanda para sa inyo, pero ang magpa-pop out po syempre paglabas when that chest comes out, of course there's a link in there, okay? Ang lalabas po ay yung link, then yun, you answer the trivia questions for our search and win trivia.
That's gonna be 3 codes and 3 links there, and 3 mystery gifts will be given out. So of course, keep your eyes peeled and your fingers crossed and ready on that keyboard.
Yes, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Again, going back for this game, UST Tigers, FEU Information Technology. Do take note, guys, that UST Tigers, ibang team na to, ibang team na to, pero it cannot be denied that that school, University of Santo Tomas, champion. Okay,
there
there
are
is
some
actually an
familiar
LCL championship na naganap. There are some familiar names.
Familiar faces, but Tigers is different.
Different. It's a different team. Nung time na nag-champion yung UST, pero it gives you an idea of the level of play na hindi lang syempre makikita nyo doon sa team na nagre-represent sa UST, but for all of the summoners na nasa UST. So I want to send the biggest shoutouts to all the summoners. Go Uste! Go Uste! Diba ganyan-ganyan? Okay guys, let's get into the drafting phase. This time, FEU Information Technology taking the red side here, and of course University of Santo Tomas Tigers on the blue side. For the bands, your thoughts?
And of course, going straight to the bands, very, very regular bands here. The Varus, of course, very strong, even with the nerfs to lethality items. Ivern, very annoying to face wherever you put him, usually in the jungle. Katarina.
Actually, one of the highest improvement in win rate as well.
Yeah. And Katarina as well, not affected at all by the nerfs to any of the items and masteries. Well, not affected mostly, but still, Katarina, very, very strong mid laner. Almost bordering on broken because of how the Shunpo and the blades work.
Mastering the champion is very rewarding.
It's very, very rewarding. The side of FE, however, they're going to ban out the Ryze, Syndra, and Jace. Very focused on the mid lane and a little bit on the top lane there for a 6-man system here in the LCL. And looking at the picks, immediately taking priority here is the Kazakhs. They really want to go for that.
Despite the nerfs on
despite the nerfs on Assassins.
Which I think is not enough yet.
Not enough. It's still King. And an isolated target is still dead meat to a Kazakhs. Just go in and consume that. They respond here with Jhin and Graves. Lots of AD straight up. going straight for the mid game, the long game as well. Okay, it's
That's
gonna be.
over. This is over.
Yeah, that's a hover.
Yeah.
I don't think.
You can see, makikita niyo po yung bar natin dyan, hindi pa yan nakalock.
Yeah, it's still flashing there, but the interesting pickup here is there's the Nami, and of course the Ezreal.
Trundle in the top lane as well.
The Trundle in the top lane. Okay, is that really a Teemo lock-in? It's not flashing. Okay. It's just the Victor, but still, Victor, very surprising to see him in the mid lane after so long. Not so wave clear, yes. The damage is there, the consistent damage from the Chaos Storm. I just don't know how he fares compared to other mid laners that are available. But of course, Ryze was banned. The Katarina, of course, they don't want to face that. So maybe that is why they picked up the Victor.
And the big question there on that Victor is kung si Sera na nga ba ang hinahanap-hanap na mid laner dito ng University of Santo Tomas. Do take note, the Teletigers in the previous split, they got Moliere, they got Reaper.
Reaper was...
got a swap. Doesn't really have any outstanding performance.
So they had to put in here...
So, malaking tanong, how will Sera's performance be?
Of course, they also lost Raze, I believe.
Yes,
to the PGS.
It cannot be denied. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Raze has a very big role for the part of shot calling as well, despite being in the ADC.
Yeah, so I believe now, the shot calling as an AD carry is very, very difficult.
It's very difficult talaga. Bihira yun. Bihira yung ganon.
So,
normally, it falls to the hands of the jungler, mid lane,
and the support.
So
now, actually, so UST, their shot caller is right now are 2. They have Sirius, their jungler, and Uomi, their bot lane support. And actually, the chain of command goes from Sirius. He's basically who dictates where they go to the map, where they rotate, and Uomi handles like timers for wards.
And the big shoes to be filled here is, of course, comes in from mula kay Raze na susukatin ni Ase dito. The ADC, new ADC here of UST, Teletigers. Malaking tanong, how will he perform? Do take note that we've known Raze as well for his Ezreal on top of the Jinx, diba?
So maybe may pag-tutor dyan kay Ace.
Tingnan natin, of course.
On the side of FEU.
Ezreal's kind of looking good dahil sa Fervor buff. Now, for FEU, alam din natin na all-star team to.
Very familiar faces here. We got Kidu, we got McRory. These guys have been in the LCL. We've seen them from last term. They performed well, and we're gonna see how they've adapted to 7.4, because this is a big shift in the meta.
Indeed.
This is a big turning point for for levels of professional play and how they are going to adapt here. And we'll see how both of these teams have adapted to that. And very different. And
so your thoughts for the compositions here?
Yeah, so far I really like Teletigers' team composition. It's very unique. We're gonna see if different plays better for this team here. It might be because I'm biased because there's a Kha'Zix, but I really do think that this combination with the Nami, the Ezreal being backed up, the Ezreal being backed up by the Nami, the wave clear and the damage coming from the Victor, as well as the potential of picking off people that aren't in position with the Kha'Zix, as well as the Trundle shredding the tanks here, shredding McRory down here, will be very good. But of course, that can be hard countered by the Stand United of McRory here. Sirius will have to really pick his targets. On the side of, so as for ganking, though, I feel like there's a lot of pressure off of Shy Bunny. Because Graves always has trouble ganking.
Of course. Early on.
Not even Red Buff will save his ganking.
Yeah, some might think of him as an early game champion. The fact here for Graves would be he has a lot of damage early on and actually all throughout the game. Pero in terms of presence and ganking, actually, if you consider the list of available junglers which can contribute for the early game, I think wala sa una ng pila doon si Graves. There's this Lee Sin, there's this Elise, diba? You could even have Zac. I believe Kha'Zix has more early game presence really
with the leaps and the slows coming from his passive as well as the void spikes. But of course, Shy Bunny can rest a little bit easier and power farm till 6, and that's when they can start working with McRory with a Stand United. Just go in there. You might not have ganking presence alone, but if you have that tanky ninja helping you out with the taunts, with the tankiness, it's going to be very, very helpful.
That's gonna spell trouble kahit sino yung makasalunong taunt doon. Do take note that Graves as well has no problems in terms of securing his item because he has a very, very excellent wave clear.
Yeah, definitely. With the end of the line, with his just naturally AoE auto attacks, it's definitely strong contender here in the jungle. But of course, we're going to see how both of these junglers dictate the pace of the game here as we load into Summoner's Rift.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time, Game 5! Eto na, tatlong Search and Win trivia questions ang lalabas po dito. Dalawang team na malakas at isang malupit na laban here at Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring. Everybody from the chat, make some noise. Gaming.youtube.com/PHGarena/live. We are live as well on Facebook, so be sure to share that link. Be sure to share that stream and be sure to invite your friends in witnessing the best League of Legends talent from our campuses.
Okay, we're going to see how these guys play their level 1s. It seems like it's just regular, standard lines of scrimmage. They're not opting to invade for any of the buffs or vision in the enemy jungle. They're just going to try and protect their own entrances. Very, very standard starts here from both of these teams. They're just they're wanting to see how the patch has played out, give it a few minutes of actual laning to get the feel of the patch here in professional play.
Yeah, I'm very curious as well. Ano na nga bang pwesto ni Victor?
Yeah.
Sa mid lane, no? It's been a while since we've seen a Victor in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely a while.
Oriana has more presence actually in the mid lane. Of course, we always have the Corki, the Ryze, and the Syndra, even a Casio, really. So, what I recall from the Victor, despite not playing here on our stream, would be Birken. Now,
yeah, Birken. Sanity from UE.
So, minsan na mapaisip ako pag LCL, ang daming LCL players dati back in the 2016 summer term, Victor players.
Yeah, because Victor was very strong back then. At the time, but now a little bit fallen off compared to other mid laner options you have here. But with those banned out for Sarah, might have to go for the Victor. It might be his champion pool, but we're gonna see him in the as the term as his term progresses. Let's see here. So far, very, very slow starts from both of these teams, just going with their standard blue buff starts here for the junglers.
Of course. And of course, for the matchup here, this is going to be a sustained game. In terms of pokes, there's going to be a higher poke, in my opinion, mula sa FEU information technology because of the presence of the Zyra. But of course, that can be easily offset here by the Nami. Nami is actually pretty good. If I can recall, Rebenga has made a good role on the Nami.
Yeah, I do remember.
Previous game against Mineski back in PGS.
Yeah, and definitely combined with the range coming from the Ezreal, the mobility and the safety of that Ezreal combined with the movement speed boost and heals of the Nami, I think this will be a very, very safe lane here. It looks like Kidu and Simon did not opt for an Ignite for the support here, so they're also trying to go for a little bit of a safer lane instead of trying to get the early level 2 and then engaging immediately.
Yeah, and again, going back.
But like the damage
oh
still,
my
though.
God,
That's
going to be the deadly flourish connecting on Omi. No flashes and no summoner spells to be burned here in the bottom lane.
That's going to be a lot more sustained from Uomi. Is going to keep them topped off there. A little bit of junglers trying to meet here so near yet so far there in the mid lane, so they just part ways.
Without any vision, but have quite an idea really kung nasaan yung jungle that you could guess if somebody's baiting in little straight up in the top
might
lane.
Be in trouble.
Yeah, doesn't really translate to a kill. If it's 1v1, what about 2v1? But rather, hindi pa pasok dito. He got shy Bunny that is.
Yeah, gets shy. There's very obvious that Zykan had a ward there because of the way he acted. It seems like Sirius might actually have... Okay.
Yeah, on top of a ward though. But of course, a quick backstep here mula kay Kido at Simon. Clearly a signal. I hope alam ni Sirius dito na warded. And yes, he will fall back. So, a little bit of aggression talaga sa mga junglers natin. Gets offset here by the vision game.
Yeah, the vision here is very important, especially in the first few minutes of the game. You do not want to give first blood, especially with team comps like this. You have Graves, you have Kha'Zix. You really don't want to give them a short burst of gold. So now it's just both of these teams really just slowing down a little bit. Sirius a little bit behind on CS.
Even one longsword advantage would spell bad.
Yeah, that's definitely bad news if that happens.
With this kind of composition, with this kind of champions.
We're seeing it's mostly even, except for the junglers. But that might just be skewed because Graves is AoE. He'll opt for a lot more Raptor camps, while Sirius is more single target oriented. So we go for the Krugs, the Gromp. So that might be the skewed. But in terms of gold and CS, I think it's relatively even with Sirius a little bit behind, but he hasn't backed yet. So we're gonna see still trying to go for a
gets
gank
spotted
here.
here. Do take note that the grasping roots would still be available. There's still the movement speed available. Also,
Ooh.
there's the state of Omi. Flashes in to connect the Aqua Prison. Summoner spells to heal against Exhaust and a flash from Uwomi away. Simon as well. So no first blood yet.
But
Same
that's
count as well on Summoner spells. All Summoner spells from Uwomi is gone.
Yeah, but that is actually pretty good pressure coming from Sirius to
Yes.
just chunk them down. But the potions there helping Simon just get back up, get topped off, and that's a little more time away from Sirius in terms of farming and jungling. So we're gonna see Shy Bunny already at a pretty considerable lead. He recalled earlier, so that's going to make his initial clear faster, while Sirius still needs a little bit more time before he can activate his ganks, especially with these experienced players. It's not as easy to play these assassins.
And mentioning na sinabi mga experienced players yung mga to, observing their composition, really, this is how an experienced team really draft. Nothing fishy, really.
Yeah.
Nothing affected heavily and nothing parang na-punish dito ng patch, di ba? Like a pretty standard, and from veteran teams, you'd expect a long game, really. You'd expect a long game.
A very, very methodical game from both of these teams.
Accounting only for vision, making sure that they make the engages on the safest and most successful manner. In a sense na hindi magiging disaster if ever counter-gag happens.
So it's definitely a little slower
Yeah, you could
than
see
the
the
usual
pings.
LCL game. Lots of pings, lots of communication going. The warding is on point for these
Yup,
laners.
and that's gonna be the
Oh,
signal to
nice
go all
dodge.
in, but it's very likely that Zykan is gonna escape this one. Pressure as well given here by Shy Bunny in the top lane.
That was a
Wow.
very good split-second sidestep coming from Zykan there.
Yeah, on the
the last pixel of the shadow dash.
Kita mo
is
yung pixel?
Yeah. You got these Atlas eyes on the game right here.
Atlas, matalas.
Matalas ang mata.
Ay.
But yeah, it seems
here.
like Sirius is not detected
Yeah.
here. Very behind in levels, but this might
they
pay
know that
off.
Simon here has no flash. They're gonna go all in onto him, and Sirius gonna put in the Q, but it is gonna be Ase that secures the kill on top of his Mastery 7 badge. Nakihirit din si Omi, Mastery 6, tama ba?
Yeah, poor Sirius though, didn't even get an assist out of that.
Ah, yeah, oo nga, hindi nga
So
naigamit
that
yung-
actually puts him behind even further in terms of the golden XP compared to Shy Bunny, who has just been power farming and just going for a little bit of the drive-by.
Yeah.
But they might go for a steal here.
Actually, Bunny has an idea. And there's gonna be
Oh.
the Q! Shy Bunny
Oh,
secures
no.
the blue buff. Teleport, or rather, the ultimate stand united gets used here, but the Shan gets cancelled. Only goes for the shield. I wonder though if that is because of the ice pillar of the Trundle.
Probably,
But
probably.
It's still 1-0, and yep, blue is denied against blue team.
Yeah, Sirius, the smite was like 8 HP off.
Yep.
But that is good. They burnt the stand united there. But still, Sirius very behind in XP and gold compared to Shy Bunny.
Level 4 against level 6.
Because I think both of these teams should want to focus a bit on the bot side here, because that's where the Mountain Drake is, and the Mountain Drake is so huge for any composition. Actually, it helps you take more dragons. It helps you take Baron later in the game. If you get it early enough, it'll help you take out the Rift Herald.
Yep.
Also turrets as well if you want to siege. And
Good thing makunat yung Drake dito, Mountain Drake, because right now things are looking pretty bad nga. Emphasizing once again on Sirius. Aside from the gold deficit that he has against Shy Bunny here, he has no summoner spell as well.
So it's going to be very hard without the flash to finish off those kills. But of course, we'll see how that all develops. He's level 5 to level 6. That will equalize in the later minute.
Yep.
But he has to back and get his jungle item, I believe. Sells his refillable potion. Just waiting for a little bit of gold. No, actually... just waiting for gold to get the Skirmisher Saber, and that Skirmisher Saber is actually going to be very useful when he finds the graves, so he isn't instantly bursted down with that damage reduction on that challenging smite.
Not to mention as well that the jungle item completed would at least offset by a bit itong lead dito in terms of experience ng Graves. The cool thing about here is that there is a catch-up experience.
Yeah, catch-up experience has been activated
available
as of 7.4, so it's a rubber band mechanic.
Yep.
It helps you get back in the game if you're behind. But
Ito yun dito nagbe-benefit dun si Kha'Zix. It's designed really for someone who is putting pressure on other lanes. By roaming,
it's
diba?
like so you don't get gimped too hard by trying to do something right.
Yep.
That is a very good catch-up mechanic, but of course it could have gone better for Sirius.
It's actually questioned as well by other professional players like Skara.
It's like,
Kasi diba, when you are visiting another lane, you're sacrificing your own XP para ma-snowball mo yung other lane.
Yeah.
So, ang weird no na parang ini-snowball mo na nga yung ibang lane, makaka-catch up ka pa, marereward ka pa. Look at that, there's gonna be a two-man Aqua Prison on top of the tidal wave. There won't be any ultimate that connects onto Ase, but here comes Shy Bunny. Sirius as well receives a lot of damage coming in from the collateral damage at the end of the line. He spells the end for the two members here of the Tele Tigers. Chase is on, Sera is here, and Shy Bunny, this time luck doesn't shy away from him. 2-2 their scoreboard, 2 of that for FEU in the hands of their jungler.
That was a very questionable attempt
engage,
there.
yeah, by Sirius, yeah.
Yeah, by Sirius jumping in. You can see it in the replay here. Very good combination. Look at that double knockup plus the true fire barrage. But yeah, you see Sirius and Ace here.
That's
go in against the wall and get destroyed by the end of the line. There was no reason to jump there.
Look at how their souls go up.
Yeah. And there's definitely no reason for Sirius to jump there. He could have jumped at another side or just waited for the end of the line, or at least don't jump in front of a wall, because that is a free end of the line right there, and that's actually 2 kills to a very scary champion, the Graves here.
Okay, all-in shockwave onto Sera. Hailstorm still available. Oh, one last E. The spikes out. Disconnect. The shield as well sustains Go-Ahead just in time to win a trade. 1-0. FEU wins that one.
Yeah, and that's going to be the search and win code bringing up there. First one out of 3. Just get that bit.ly link out there and get all that information, answer the form completely, plus the trivia. And that will get you a free mystery gift within a few working days. But look, that death by Sera there was very bad. This gives a lot of pressure and forcing the teleport here coming from Syken to try and save the turret, but
let's see. Will there be a shutdown of Shy Bunny? Syken with the flank here receives the taunt. Come on, McRory. The chase is on. Subjugate gets used for a flash out for the top laner of FEU Information Technology.
But that's going to be the first turret on the side of FEU-IT Tamarars, and a teleport used by Zyken. So McRory still has his own teleport after using his Stand United there to go to the mid lane. And wow, that's bad timing. Unfortunate timing for Sirius, because he could have contributed a lot more to that counter fight there. But he had no mana. So of course, Kha'Zix without mana is not going to be able to do a lot. And Sera getting caught by the shockwave there is actually very bad, very bad. And fighting with a Chaos Storm. Trying to go for that last hurrah.
Yeah, this is not going to be good
for there wasn't enough damage, plus my Stand United.
For the mid game of UST, they would need to put down 2 major combos against Shy Bunny here.
I think they should.
By the time that Shy Bunny by the time that mid game arrives, Shy Bunny has that lethality completed. He could even opt for an Edge of the Night.
Yeah, Edge of Night here
that,
will be very helpful.
Yunmu's Ghost Blade, but right now with the long sword, it's very likely it's going to be Yunmu's Ghost Blade. So he's going to be bringing in damage all in the mid game.
Buying 4 long swords and then building out of the Yomus. It's like Yomus, you need 4 swords to build it.
Yeah.
But
that's
but the 2 of the swords turn into a hammer.
Yeah.
So weird.
League of Legends, ladies and gentlemen.
League of Legends logic. But yeah, if Shy Bunny actually gets his lethality items, it's going to be hard for anyone here in UST to weather the assault.
Well, you could think na long sword plus Ruby Crystal tas nagiging page. You know, so...
But it's 2 long swords. But it's going to be Mountain Drake being taken by FEU-IT.
You don't question.
But it seems like they might be delayed or stopped here.
Okay, Tidal Web gets used. Here, doesn't gonna count to anyone, and Shy Bunny still in range. Puts it as might secures the Drake in favor of FEU-IT Tamarors with a chase here. Oh yes, the fourth bullet from Kidu is just so satisfying. Removes Uomi in the Summoner's Rift 2-4 with 1k gold lead in hands of the Tamarors.
Yeah, that was a very early smite from Sirius there. I was like, oh, is that Shy Bunny smite? No, it is actually Sirius, and that gives the Drake away to Shy Bunny. Yes, this will be their Mountain Drake.
The smite was from Sirius?
The first smite was from Sirius.
Okay, so there was a second smite.
The second smite was from Shy Bunny, which secured the Drake. It seems like Shy Bunny not taking any breaks.
It's like a second smite that is off. Shy Bunny would stand on the gravity field. The chase is on for Sera, puts in a blasting cone. Shockwave doesn't connect that one on that one. So Lots of firepower gets removed here by FEU, but they managed to ward off the mid laner here, the inner mid lane turret. They might be in a position. UST to turn this one around. Let's see.
There's no shockwave,
Go for the wave
but also
clear.
the
Use the
Chaos
for the wave
Storm
clear.
is
Okay.
not there.
Yep. Zyka in the top lane.
Yep.
Okay.
Zyka in the top lane probably going to be able to get that top turret. McRory will not get there in time, I believe, even with a boot spy. So he's just going to stay around there with a... but yeah, that was a very, very questionable smite there comes from Sirius. He was in every position to take that very easily. The tidal wave from Uomi cut them off from the dragon, enough for them to probably focus on the dragon. But
This is a very heavy lead. Do take notes. Rated Dirk Longsword against the Kazakhs. But right now, the fourth bullet. Kido has no flash in the back line. Here comes Sirius. This is my time. The time is right. The time is now. Double kill. And you can see me as he says it. Mastery 7-6, Mastery 6, Mastery 7 in the bottom lane. UST Tally Tigers putting it in style, 4-4.
That's what I was thinking for UST to succeed, is to focus here on their bot lane. Because, that's where the Mountain Drake was. It seems like Asa and Uomi need all the help they can get to push their matchup advantage here. It seems like they will transition that from 2 kills to a bot lane turret, and that's actually good timing from Sirius there to go after the fight here, and for Sarah to just go in there and continue help with his wave clear, able to clear that turret and actually equalizes the gold. Gives them a little bit of gold, 1K.
Yeah, and in my
FEU.
opinion, with this kind of control, actually the side lanes pushed.
Yeah.
All they need is to secure a vision around this mid lane. And they actually have a good control. They're supposed to open this mid lane in their favor. Zykan now onto Coheed. Coheed as the ghost gets. Doesn't need to use that one, or will he use that one? The shield won't sustain him. There's even a true shot barrage waiting for him. And you can see how UST really with the badges.
Very sneaky rotation there. Also, the badge BM is just way too big.
Shaiban is gonna go all in onto him. Subjugate is on cooldown. Of course, there's also the quick draw on cooldown. Say gonna trade up, lots of damage. Shy Bunny falls below half health. Tidal wave doesn't reach its max range onto the jungler and the support here of FEU. And there you go. This is the advantage that I am talking about UST. With the side lanes push, all they need is to put and go all in on this mid lane. Sirius could jump in. Will they go for the dive? This is quite risky, but the ton is on cooldown. Grabbing field on some of the members, and you can see how Sirius showed himself on the Kidu, delaying the ADC to provide damage to the front line of against UST Tally Tigers.
Well, the laning was kind of difficult for UST. Seems like they might be making up for it with their rotations, with their plays coming here in the mid lane. And that you were right, those side lanes are so important, especially for this assassin to be able to wait around the edges more safely. And the composition here, the Victor, the Nami with the Ezreal, lots of safety in the siege.
So there's like a lot of power. A sieging mechanic here. There's gonna be the quick throw, puts in the top. That's gonna get anyone. Nice flash away from Uomi. As she's in the position to kind of where you can see that's gonna be the first death of Shy Bunny. McRory is gonna focus the Ezreal down. Rips out onto the red cap. Zykan is here. The Troll King goes for the chase and gonna go for the clean up. The hunt is on against the Tamaros. Will they give another kill? No, they won't. In the end, it's a 3-4-1, and the Tally Tigers cross away the base of FEU Tamaros.
And it will be the turret, and that's a 1-4-3. Very, very nice trade in favor of the Tally Tigers here from UST. And actually, it was very good positioning there in the fight there. You can see in the replay that Shy Bunny tries to go for the flank here into Ace. However, the Essence Shift able to get him out of harm's way. Uomi taking a lot of those hits from the shockwave, but of course that's a lot of cooldowns used on just the support. This allows Ace to just free hit people. Even with the last hit of that curtain call, that means that Kidu is not in range here to help damage, and Sarah here just closing them away. Essence Shift takes him to safety, and Sarah just cleans up along with Sirius. Ace even goes for the kill steal heal here with the flash.
Yes. You see, the thing about the Jhin is that the curtain call is a very nice follow-up tool. But in terms of dueling, in terms of skirmishes, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
You have to be in range. Put all your 4th bullets in the hearts of the enemy and wait when they escape, that's the time you're gonna use their curtain call. There are really lots of instances where the curtain call could be used better.
Yeah,
Or hindi kailangan dapat nag-curtain call agad.
And I don't know if it's 7.3, 7.4, but yeah,
7.4 slow.
Jhin, the slow duration is drastically lowered.
Yes.
So it's not as good as an opening. So because curtain call, it's not supposed to be the opening to a play.
Yeah.
But it's still very useful in some compositions, as we saw in the second game, I believe, of week 3 this week of LCL. But yeah, usually if you start off a fight with curtain call, when
you're making a pick.
Yeah, when your composition is like this, I think it's more useful if you're there to auto attack.
To auto attack, yeah.
With your dancing grenades, with a snare coming from your deadly flourish. I think
Shen lacks damage here.
Yeah.
Right. The guys in the front line, they kind of lack damage. You have to be with the Graves. You have to deal damage.
You have to be able to deal damage, especially in composition like this. In previous games, it works because their top lane was like Trundle.
Yeah, this is going to be a pincer maneuver to be done by UST. Look at that, 3 members in the back line of FEU. Can they win this game? There's going to be a snap draw, lock in, all in, team fight to be done here on the choke point of the blue side jungle. Of course, Koi's gonna fall back. Kohid running for his life as well as Kido. Macro as well with Taminors cutting their losses. They only managed to bag and body 1 member of UST. That exchange for 3 against FEU, and UST is still looking strong despite not securing that Drake.
Yeah, it's just a Cloud Drake, so they were willing to just sacrifice it and offer the fight. And it almost seemed like it was not in their favor because Sirius got caught out. But then Kohid continued going for Sirius instead of staying with his team, and that allowed, even with a huge burst coming from the end of the line, coming from the collateral damage, even with Kidu bringing the curtain call with the percent health damage, it's still so hard without the constant shielding and utility and the damage of that Orianna. And chasing off Sirius, I believe it was enough to just chase him out with his little sliver of HP and just help your team. Because that 1 kill, if you give up that 1 kill, you could have gotten 2 or 3 more by staying with your team. So that I think that was a little bit of tunnel vision come from Kohid there. But
very risky objective there by FEU.
Yeah, so despite the Mountain Drake and Cloud Drake, let's say that the value for that in gold is not 1.5k. That's still around a 3k gold lead in favor of Teletigers.
They can make this chase. There's going to be the pick up. Deadly Flourish locks down the Kha'Zix. There's also the vision as well. Shy Bani doesn't continue this engage. So jungler here of Teletigers low, but it's going to be able to walk away. It's a battle for vision now on this Baron Pit.
Yeah, Sirius has been getting caught out of his position lately.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's the manifestation of the change in the team dynamic, because it's very hard to adjust from having your shot caller fade from before.
Yeah.
A raise rather. And then this responsibility of shot calling suddenly goes on you when you're already having a lot on your mind, having a lot of information to process as a jungler.
That is true.
That might be one of the reasons why he's getting caught a lot more.
A deadly flourish as well connected onto Omi. All-in combo, but doesn't quite hit the mark, ladies and just Shy Bonnie. This time it's Sirius securing the kill. He gets bodied as well by the rest of the members of FEU. Here comes Serra. Sinesera niya lahat ng membro dito ng UST, and rather ng FEU. In the end, it's still a win. A 3-4-2.
Yeah, it's going to be Simon recalling a way to safety with a pressure on the top lane in favor of UST Teletigers. They will want to get this top lane second-tier turret with the Ezreal. Well, with that Triforce, will be able to easily get that as well. But there's the search and
Stat United was not used during that fight.
Not used during that fight. And but there's of course the search and win.
The search and win. Now second, number 2 out of 3. So the biggest congratulations. I wonder what the questions will be.
This has been an explosive match so far.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of details to watch out para masagot mo effectively, para mapaghandaan mo yung mga tanong na lalabas sa ating Search and Win Trivia. We still have 1 Search and Win Trivia link na lalabas din dito sa ating game. And mamaya i-announce natin yung mga winners.
Yep. But right now, it's just going to be a little slowdown, a little cool down reset of the fight here. Lots of pings to set up vision around the areas, especially around this Baron. Baron pit here, because if you, I think they can easily take Baron here if they have a good chance.
I think there's just a ping of saying sino yung no, you can see the converging maneuver dito ng UST, because I was curious, that's UST pinging on the blue side jungle when it's obvious that they have to secure the Baron. Yes. So there is a ping to request vision on the blue side jungle.
They're requesting pings.
So that Zyken can split push this bottom lane. So it's a standard 4-1 config with 4 members of UST to dance on the Baron and leave Zyken on this blue side. At least if you got a vision, you'd be very, very confident in making this.
It's easy. It's way better to have vision around your jungler when you're around your jungle when you're split pushing and when you're being split pushed. Because I do remember a game from 2 years ago in the NALCS where they were having such a hard time against a split push because they didn't have vision around that side of the jungle. Planer, I believe it was a Fizz. Would disappear from the map. They have to be scared. But if you have vision on that,
there's going to be a lockdown on Sarah. Initiate here, used by the carding call. I think it's time to cancel that one. And Kino to go for the chase. Use your Humus Ghostblade. There we go. And there we go. The Tele Tigers getting roasted here and getting hammered down by Tamarars. It's a 3-4-1. Zyken in the bottom lane. You can see as well that there's going to be Ezreal trying to delay anyone who's going back in the base. But that is 3 members. That is nice. It seems the grasping loot is a total lockdown and a total cleanup. A shutdown as well. Tamarars has it.
Yeah, Tamarars get that almost ace there with Zyken having to stay around here for a little bit more split pushing and pressure in ace. I don't know what he was doing there. Trying to go for a few more pokes and picks, but he gets taken out. Of course, here comes the curtain call here to open up the fight. Shy Bunny is able to just easily go in there, and then Macrory with a flash taunt. Gets close to Sarah, and the burst coming from the shockwave plus the collateral damage takes out Uomi and Sarah. And without
Ase.
Yeah, without Ase being there for the constant DPS from the backline, it was very hard for them to fight that. So yeah,
Raze won't be happy.
Yeah, Raze wouldn't have been happy with Ace. With Ase.
I mean, so far he's doing really well. He has a KD earlier of 4-1-6 if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, you
but
can't.
That mistake that is farming for the top lane. Knowing that there's
that there could be a team fight in the mid lane.
There could be a team fight in the mid lane.
It's a very
especially you're pulling up a 4-1.
Yeah, it's quite a rookie mistake. Even the true shot barrage. If you say, okay, I have a true shot barrage, I can help my team. It's still very hard to effectively fight 3v4. Even if you say you have a global ultimate to help with the damage. So UST will have to fix that. It seems like they will be focusing on the Ocean Drake here, which for this composition is super tasty.
Super good,
They're gonna have
Nami plus Ezreal.
Gonna have some dragon sashimi here. And that will help them sustain through their pokes, through their sieges, especially with Ase going for these on hits. He has a Triforce going for the Bork here as well. Plus he has the Muramana already charged up.
I wonder how does a dragon taste really? How you mentioned dragon sashimi. I'm just curious, how does it taste?
Well, I think it will depend on what the element is. I believe Mountain Drake would probably taste like rocks.
The best. Like rocks. And Ocean Drake's gonna be refreshing, right?
Yeah, refreshing.
And
Fernal Drake's spicy.
Yeah, I get it.
Cloud Drake would, I don't know, taste like marshmallows or
have
something.
You tasted one? No.
I can't say I have.
All I know, I've only tasted. Are you familiar with Dragon Seed?
No.
Dragon Seed. That's like pack 1.
Oh, I've tasted dragon fruit.
Or if I'm not mistaken, kalabasa seed yata.
Dragon seed, now I remember.
Seed,
so
it's a very nice pastime, really. I should advise that to the students. Like, if you are low on budget, spend 20 pesos on dragon seed and you have food for the whole day.
Yeah, but looks like now.
Bagal ubusan. Anyway, getting back into the game. Right now, still UST Tele Tigers, despite that fumble in the right side jungle, in an instant, the RNG on the Ocean Drake, that's pretty big. That's the problem.
Yeah, it will help them with their sieges, and they're establishing a little bit of vision and control, just a little bit with that shrine here. They still need to definitely establish control there, because at this point of the game, I think if you leave a team alone and let them take Baron, it's going to be very difficult.
The thing here is that the lead that Shy has secured early on, it's kind of got an offset, not necessarily by Sirius, but by the rest of the members here of Tele Tigers. That's a very big lead on us, 5-2-7. Even Sarah actually has 5-2-2. Actually, the newcomers in this league, Sarah and Ase, both are rolling really nice here at LCL.
Very nice performance, and it's funny actually looking at Sirius's minion score. It's 90 against Shy Bunny's 161. So you can see the focus of both of these junglers and their stats, focusing a lot more on the ganking and pressure part. But we're gonna see, because this Baron is definitely very important for both of these teams.
Yes, you can see that Tele Tigers is gonna be the first one to get into that.
Because both of these teams are very capable of sieging.
Yeah.
But UST especially. If UST gets this Baron, it's going to be very, very painful because you see Sirius evolving, as is the new meta, evolving second his Void Spikes to help with a poke. Asia, of course, still has that poke. Uomi with a sustain. Sarah with a wave clear. It's going to be very, very painful pag kinain, if pag nakain nila ang Baron Seed.
What's so weird really about the composition here of FEU is that they lack reliable engage compared to Tele Tigers, who has the Nami.
Seems like they're going to go for a quick
really so
Baron here.
Let's see. Curtain Call puts in the vision. There we go. This is going to be the Grad Beauty build. Macro is going to serve as the full all inside. That is a big grasping roots, ladies and gentlemen. And the rest of the members of Tamarars are hoarding all in at the UST. The Talent Tigers, they're going to be gone. Double kill for the mid laner. And the Baron as well falls into the hands of FEU-IT.
And again, Sirius missing the smite there, not able to get that Baron very, very quickly enough. And it's so dangerous to stay in that small Baron pit because of Khalid and because Coheed, because of Simon as well. Those grasping roots plus that shockwave.
They won't respect Zyken here. They got two ADCs. They even have a Oriana, and they got a Baron.
Ooh. Nope, that's going to be the regeneration helping them. But still, Baron empowered minions, 280 carries. Plus, that's going to be a dead inhibitor for UST there.
Oh my God.
And that's a huge mistake there. Staying there, overcommitting on the Baron. They
should have taken a fight.
Yeah,
they should have lived the Baron and taken a fight.
Yeah, that would have been there because McRory flashed over the Baron.
Yeah.
If they stopped the Baron and then went straight for Simon and Shy Bunny, they would have been able to get that proper fight. And Zyken here not able to respond fast enough. So that's going to be a 5v4. Of course, they get wrecked there.
Zyken even tried to flank.
Tried to flank at Uomi.
And
going for that. Blast Cone still goes down for the Thunderlords. But yeah, very big mistake there coming from UST. They were doing pretty well. And it seems like now FEU has the momentum. They have a little bit of gold lead plus the Baron Pit, plus a Baron buff, plus 2 Drakes on their side, a Mountain and a Cloud Drake.
But I'd still say FEU-IT still has to calculate their engages.
Still need to calculate.
This is, I'd say, despite the Baron being in the hands of FEU, this is still an undecided game.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely a very close game.
Well.
Despite the inhibitor, because USC Teletigers, if they have to play to their strength. The composition here is that you poke away, you wave clear, and that's how you win. You slowly choke them out. And as they gasp for air, that's when you go in with Zyken, with Sirius.
Yeah.
So, really, what Asa needs to do, what Sarah needs to do, is just continue with their wave clear, continue with their poke, and Sirius as well. He evolved Void Spikes for a reason, which is to help with the poke. So they should keep doing that.
If Sirius needs to work on his smites on this game,
the smites definitely.
Zyken needs to work on his positioning.
Yeah, his positioning.
He should be, for that fight, it cannot be denied, he should be the tank.
Yeah, he should have been in the front line there.
Not an assassin, not a flanker.
Yeah. Sirius definitely the smites. We've seen 3 objectives where Sirius could have gotten the 50-50, but instead he gives it away to FEU Shy Bunny. Very, very questionable smites there. He has to practice that. But it seems like UST, not phased just yet, still courageously going for the mid lane here. Even trying, constantly clearing that super minion wave.
Yeah, cannot be denied that. Only one crucial ultimate is required here for FEU.
It's going to be another Ocean Drake.
On FEU. If it's not the Shockwave, a Grasping Roots, rather the Strangle Thorns, that's going to be big for FEU. Yun lang kailangan nila.
Is this going to be a worth
and
trade?
they have 2 options. That's the big question now. Inner top lane turret, but do take note this is a Baron enhanced FEU team. So making you have to think twice before making an engage on a defensive stance.
That's a 2nd-tier turret for an Ocean Drake. This will actually help USC Teletigers endure and weather the storm here with their regeneration coming from that. 2 Ocean Drakes, but they have to chill a little bit. They have to be like Ocean Drake, chill a little bit.
Yeah.
And strike from afar. McRory, though.
Yeah, there we go. Zyken doing his job. Do take note, there's lots of DPS coming in from Sarah as well as on Ase. It's going to be McRory getting squished here, the main tank. Now, FEU, they are feeling that their hide is soft. As you can see that one by one, they're getting blocked out in the top lane. A double kill, a triple kill for the Ezreal, and an ace for UST Teletigers.
I was expecting that the Teletigers would have to stay away and poke with their composition. But instead, FEU got
really. Subjugate in McCrory and...
But yeah, FEU got a little too antsy in their pants there and just going straight for it and being caught out by the gravity field, being the subject to all the AoE damage that they have, all the front-loaded bursts that they have. And they just opened it up for the cleanup behind, and they were being pincered as well. Sirius being able to kite away. So it's very hard for FEU there to retreat. Because if they were to retreat, instead of kiting, let's see the replay here. You're going to see Zyken. They try to go here for Zyken. The gravity field is there, but McRory and Coheed get caught by both the gravity field and the tidal wave. Even the redemption will not save them here. And Sears just kiting along, making sure that no one gets too far away. And Shy Bunny gets taken out. Kidu has to reload. Simon gets slaughtered in the gravity field. And Sirius here is going straight for that assassination. And Ase again with a flash kill steal. But yeah, that was very, very overconfident come from FEU.
Hindi naman siguro kill steal yun kasi ADC naman si Ase.
I mean, yeah.
Priority bundle naman yun para kay...
but maybe I'm biased because I'm a jungle main. And Sirius didn't get the kill that he
ang nag-set up naman yung jungle, no?
Yeah. Pero still, McRory and Coheed, it was fine if it was McRory. He was the tank. But Coheed was also going straight into front there. And he gets caught out. And then his team suffers for it.
At ayun na nga, kahit ganun yung naipanalo nga ng FEU dun sa Baron, ayun lang kailangan talaga ni Zyken. Palambutin si McRory and -1. -1 sa FEU.
That's the tank threat away.
Yeah, that's the tank threat. And that would require the faker. The faker shockwave in the backline, ganyan. Para kay Coheed. Kasi yun na lang yung natitira lang option in the instance na lumambot si McRory. Mahuli yung backline with a combo. Either shockwave or grasping roots. Mamili kayo.
Yeah, because when McRory went down and when Coheed was not able to give the best value for his mid lane there in that fight, Shy Bunny wasn't able to free hit and build his grit up. Kidu just got caught out. Simon, of course, falls victim to the assassination as well and the damage. So it's going to be UST Teletigers with two Ocean Drakes.
And both of them has major wave clears. But why need wave clear when you have an initiate? Look at that. That's going to be Shy Bunny going solo. Curtain call, turret range, tower depth series taking a few turret hits. Redemption will offset that one. Shy Bunny is low. 4 members or not. No minions to enter this base. It's a reset. It's a reset, ladies and gentlemen. But I really doubt this will be committed by any of these two teams.
Baron buff is up here.
Baron's going to be available.
And with the regeneration come from the Ocean Drake and up here, but it might be just be a bait here. Kidu might get caught out.
That's all you need. It's going to be the tidal wave. This might be it. The fight that USD is looking for. Look at Shy Bunny's gonna be gone. Next is Simon. Sirius with a jump. Kidu with a flash. And McRory is gonna be left for dead. Coheed, does he get the shockwave? No, not in the position as well. Just the shield for McRory. They have to cut their losses. They may have to give this inhibitor turret. They cannot give any kill. They still need a shockwave. Gets the kill. Final shockwave. Where is the damage? Uomi is gone. It's a 3-for-1. And they will be able to defend their base at the cost of their allies. This is a very, very tight game now with FEU at the ropes.
Yeah, and at the ropes there, and you can see that how UST bluffed the Baron there. They were under the impression that Zyken's trying to delay us from getting to the Baron, so they weren't expecting the full-on engage. And Sirius combined with a short little burst from the Muramana and the Triforce of Ase just assassinates Shy Bunny, and takes out the 2 other members with ease. But I will have to wonder what could have happened if UST Teletigers, instead of opting for 3 kills, went straight for the Baron instead. Because they can take the Baron buff really quickly. With their regeneration, they won't be too low, so they can disengage or counter-engage easily if they're caught out in the Baron pit. But we'll see how this all plays out. With their, of course, very small at this point of the game, 3K gold lead. But the Ocean Drake is what makes it for me. I think UST Teletigers.
Shibari has a chainmail here.
Yeah, might be.
Dead Man's Plate.
Yeah, we're going for the Dead Man's Plate.
Speed. That's my guess. So I'm just curious. Like I'm expecting for an armor shred item on any of these two ADC. I know Jin doesn't really rely on armor shred item because of the flat attack speed that he has. But right now, Gray's gonna be opting on the defensive item, like serving as a secondary range top in the instance that McRory receives the subjugate. Right now, the cool thing about this one is FEU does understand the scenario that they want. They need that miraculous shock.
Yeah, they need that shockwave definitely, so they are not going in for too many fights. But it might be a trade here.
Yep.
Elder Drake for Baron, but with how fast UST Teletigers are taking this,
I think it's going to be a clean trade because look at that. Two ADCs,
also,
that's very, very
also very, very quickly, so it's going to be a clean trade. But what happens after this,
Yeah.
it seems like UST Teletigers
Power
might
recalls.
want to go there.
Okay, cancels the recall, but I really doubt.
Cancels the recall again.
Okay,
with the
they're going to walk.
redemption.
They're going to walk. Divide and conquer.
Yeah, but here, it
Nah,
seems like the
they're
team
gonna
is split here.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
with
gonna escape.
Empowered Recalls helps them out here. Ooh, almost reaching them, but that's still going to be a loss of combat
Now,
stats
yeah,
on the side of
so-
Teletigers.
Tidal Wave is on cooldown. That's one. That's actually a crucial ultimate.
Yeah,
huh?
very crucial ultimate. But
This is a very
looking-
close game, seriously. Baron versus Elder Drake.
Yeah, there's a combat stats here, and
But I think, in my opinion, the position here falls in favor of UST.
yeah, favor in
Yeah.
UST because even if you have Baron, ooh, that's
Yeah.
a lot of damage coming
my God.
from.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So,
another collateral damage.
They just want to
from
ward
them.
off.
Yeah, they just want to ward them off because
Let's observe the regeneration on
yeah.
on
That's like 16%
Yeah,
health
look at
and mana
Look at that.
every few seconds.
Look at
Look at that.
Look at the regeneration
man.
on Assay. That's a lot of skill spent
Yeah,
there.
so they can just keep on sustaining
Yeah.
here. And
With
look
the
at the
Nami as well.
regeneration there with the Nami too. And look at the cooldown timer here on Womi's tidal wave. Opens up with a curtain call.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a huge shield.
That's
comes
just
from
a
the
curtain
Solari.
call to ward of members. For bullet doesn't connect. Curtain call, it's not an ultimate that you really want to go. McRory, is this really the ideal engage? And all in
Might
trade,
be.
Zyken will be dropped. The GA title wave still available. The knockup on McRory. Shy Bunny as well. He's trying to kite away. Okay, duels in with plants. McRory in the front line. Oh my god. This is so intense.
Every time
Yeah.
a skirmish happens, it's so close to the brink, but it seems like FEU will just say, cut the scissors.
Yeah, this is
cut
going
the
to be
scissors and
bad
crap.
for UST because that minion wave
Yeah.
that's coming, that's going to be available for FEU. Is going to work so nice on this mid-lane without any inhibitor turret.
But seems like it'll have to be UST on the defensive
They
here.
are deciding to go all in. Aqua Prison and the two members. Will that be enough? The tidal wave is not available for this fight. But look at that. The Chaos Storm close through the life of FEU. McRory is going to say goodbye. So I think FEU is going to call it quits this time. Let's go on the defensive. Oh my
And
god.
now it's on the offensive here. UST Teletigers on the prowl here. They are predators, cats, big cats here, going straight for the mid lane. And even with the Elder Drake gonna be wearing off in around a few minute or two.
My question is,
Yeah.
dude, can I have Zyken to tank turret hits?
Ooh, seems like
Okay.
it's gonna be a pause here.
Alright, just a quick pause.
Yeah, quick pause.
Okay,
We'll
just,
resume in
a breather, a
yeah,
little
just
breather
a little
for us.
breather from that very intense game.
Yeah.
Because it seems like after
Because-
after being danced around by UST there in the mid lane, FEU says, quit playing with the scissors.
Yeah.
Cut the crap.
And the big problem here is that hindi pa to pwede ibasta-basta i-push din ng UST. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Because they don't.
Despite McRory being gone, still.
I think it would have been a lot scarier if UST opted to take the Baron instead. Because that means Baron-powered minions, their AoE wave clear come from FEU won't be as effective. So I think if they had the Baron buff, it would have been a lot scarier for FEU. But it seems like it's reversed. The team that wants really to team fight gets the Baron, and the team that wants a siege gets the Elder Drake. So I'm wondering, in an alternate universe where UST went for Baron buff, what could have they gotten out of it? Because UST, they did get a very good pressure onto the top lane with their Elder Drake and the regeneration that came from that.
Oh.
The regeneration that came from that.
Okay.
Uh,
What happens to the regeneration that came from that?
they weren't able to push very, very deeply, but I think with a Baron buff, because you still have that 8% regeneration come from 2 Ocean Drakes. Even if you say it's doubled by Elder Drake plus you get some combat stats, this composition isn't made to fight fight straight up. That's the FEU's composition's job. I think with a Baron buff, they would have been able to just continue.
So you're like
sieging.
suggesting a swap, no?
Yeah. So I'm suggesting instead of going for the Elder Drake, I mean, it's already done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back dito po sa ating Game 5 ng LCL 2017 Spring powered by Lenovo, of course. And of course, pinapaunlakan po tayo, syempre, ni Theo. Syempre, we have me, Shibu149, of course, kasama si Atlas. Theo is Owomi. Owomi, support for...
UST Uomi.
Yeah, for UST, Tiger. So, Marco, yan, let's just ask kasi yun, because of the technical difficulty, we cannot continue spectating with the game.
But the game itself did finish.
Yes, of course. If I'm not mistaken, that is FEU.
Yeah, FEU was the one to take away the victory there. However, there's lots of events there. It was a very close match, I believe.
Yeah, so, quite undeserving really na hindi natin nakita. So we really want to get as much information what happened in that game. We are cut off on the part where UST was making their push on the base. Ang natitira na lamang doon is actually 4 members pa ng FEU, but McRory's gone, the Shed, and with 3 low, if I'm not mistaken. You were pushing ng walang minions nun, no? Pero again, sobrang low nung tatlo. Ang natitira lang na may buhay nun ay si Kidu. So, for the interview, of course, I'll leave it to you, Atlas.
Of course, UST Uomi, lots of events happened in that game. Very, very intense. What we'd like to ask you is, what went on in that game? There's lots of back and forth. What happened there?
Well, nung naputol yung stream, ang pinaka nangyari dun is we got to push actually. Pero sabi nga ni Shinbu na tira dun si Kido, he got to kill Ase, yung ADC namin. Then after nun, nag-push ulit kami and konti na lang yung turrets na nakapick kami before ng push. Pero by the time na nakapush kami with Shen alive and Zyra, they managed to kill Kha'Zix and Trundle due to the burst damage of the Jhin also. Then nung nawalan na kami ng members, they got to push na mahaba yung death timers namin.
Very punishing, no?
Yeah, Kha'Zix and Trundle actually tried to defend since they died first, nakaabot sila. But after that, talo pa rin kasi tanggal yung turret, tapos hindi kami mabuhay fast enough.
Yeah, the death timer is very, very punishing at that stage of the game. I also want to ask the decision-making process for taking the Elder Drake and trading it for the Baron. What was the reasoning behind that? Because,
Well, miscalculation yun in our part because we wanted to take the dragon as fast as possible kasi we have Kha'Zix naman. But then, after namin makuha yung dragon, they got BR as well ng mabilis. Pero, as you can see, we tried to cancel their recalls with Redemption,
with Redemption, all the other globals.
But, the recall was still fast enough to actually let them defend it.
The empowered recall is very, very difficult. So that's
your
first
question
sure.
as well. Kasi during that fight, it was clear na it would be better if you had the Baron. Doon sa instance na nagkaroon ng trade with the Elder Drake. And I think yung miscalculation of the double ADCs na ang bilis nila nakuha yung Baron. But on the instance na nawala na yung mga Baron, let's not account for the Baron and the Elder Drake. I want to learn more about the compositions. Kasi it's a pretty tricky composition. What do you think of the compositions? What do you think of your win conditions? Understanding that for the most part, it cannot be denied. I think, yes, it is UST who has, for the most part, has the gold spike and the lead for that game. So, ayun. Mas malakas, can you say na mas malakas nga ba yung composition nyo compared dun sa FEU?
Mas malakas yung composition namin in early tsaka mid-game stages. Pero, pagdating ng late game lamang na talaga sila.
I see. Because of the double ADCs.
Because of also Oriana and the double ADCs.
I see.
So that's gonna be your first game for this week of LCL. You have another game against University of the East, Eastern Warriors. Going into that game after this one, what's your mindset and what are your plans going against UE? Because I believe you haven't faced them yet this term. Yeah.
So, ang plano namin is just to stick with our basic laning, and kanina naman nakita nyo lamang kami sa laning kahit pa paano. I guess sharpen na lang namin yung objective callings namin and calculations whether or not it's the right objective to take.
Alright. So that was UST Uomi for our interview for our post-game. Very sorry for the technical difficulties, but we will still be having Game 6 later.
Yes. Final game.
Yeah, final game for today, which is still going to be UST Tigers versus University of the East Manila Eastern Warriors.
Before we conclude, may gusto ko bang pasalamatan, Uomi? Bago tayo matapos. Baka ito na lang yung interview mo mamaya. Uwi agad, di ba?
I'd like to shout out to Neep kasi he asked me to do a shoutout. I love you, man.
Si Papa Neep, dude.
The best support in LCL so far.
Yeah.
You know, how to kill your own ADC.
Yeah, dude. That was play of the game right there.
Please look up for the GIF nung,
UPD
nung
Nip.
play ni Nip po dyan, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's gonna be for the Game 5 ng ating Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring. Once again, kasama ko po syempre si Umi and Atlas. Of course, I'm moving on for an Game 6 na. Game 6 na. Kanina, hindi rin na isama ang ating huling Search and Win Trivia link. So, mamaya, dalawa na. Okay? So, dyan lamang po kayo. Magbabalik po kami Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring.